Hola, cage fighting connoisseurs. This is KidNativeBloodyElbow.com, joined once again by the inevitable, the ineffable, the ineluctable Eugene S. Robinson. A tour behind Oxbow's brilliant new album, The Thin Black Duke.
Thin Black Duke.
The Thin Black Duke. That's what I said.
There's no article, man.
Oh,
Thin Black Duke.
No, I just said the. I was just stuttering.
You know, because I did it because I want to fuck with people like Swans. Everybody goes, oh, I want to go see the Swans. You go, who? The Swans. Who? Okay, Swans.
Cows were the same way.
Really?
Remember the cows?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's right. Yeah, I love those guys.
Yeah, they were brilliant. Brilliant.
And I remember that famous scene when they decided they were going to break up, and Buzz from Osborne from the Melvins was like, you just can't break up. It doesn't make any sense. And they said, well, fuck it, we're going to do it anyway. And they broke up, and they saw how life was on the other side, tried to come back. It's never the same, man. Never the same.
The same moral of the story, don't break up. And we're here for the UFC Glasgow Care Don't Care preview, aka UFC Fight Night 113, aka UFC Nelson versus Ponzinibbio. The guy with the worst name in MMA blogging is now headlining cards.
All right, so crybabies, bedwetters, greedy bread gobblers, work shy individuals, malingerers, and grumblers. Grumblers was the one I kept leaving out. This has less to do with your skills and talents as a fighter and much more to do with the marketing heft and weight that the WME UFC has put behind you. So if you get glossed with it, don't care, don't come crying to us. Just fight an exciting fight, and you will make the move. Like Chris Collier Green's, Ally Cynthia, Paul Felder, Alex Oliveira. It's happened. But until then, don't come crying to us.
And it's also gone the other way, and it's going to be tested tonight. But, I mean, Sunday night. So this card is happening Sunday, and it's happening at nighttime in Glasgow, Scotland. So for those of us in the U.S., that means the Fight Pass prelims start at noon Eastern time. That's 9 a.m. Pacific time. And the main card starts on Fox Sports 1 at 3 p.m. Eastern or noon Pacific. So early morning Sunday for fight.
Okay, I'm peripatetic for these ones. I will actually be in Philadelphia playing at Kung Fu Necktie. And prior to playing at Kung Fu Necktie, I will be rolling with some purple belts at a school in Philadelphia because I've been invited to do so. And these guys go, yeah, come on by. We'll go light.
I see. Yeah. You too are a purple belt, right? A purple belt with some stripes.
I am a purple belt with 2 stripes.
So why do they need to go light? Just because you're old?
I am a perma purple belt. I will refuse belt advancement. I figured out there's a Brazilian guy. They said at that place in Brighton where I went to train, they go, he's a purple belt. He's too bad you couldn't have gone with him. He's an asshole. I go, oh, that's cool. Guy's a purple belt. And then they look at me, well. I go, what do you mean, well? I go, the guy's been a purple belt for 6 years. I was like, that's stupid. Well, wait a minute. There's some Brazilian wisdom in that. If I was still a fucking blue belt, I would be better to rule in hell than to serve in heaven.
I see. But I mean, seriously, how many all ages or advanced ages or whatever they call your category in the open weight division guys are there in any belt anyway? Aren't you competing against one guy, whether it's blue belt or purple belt?
Okay, he's making fun of me because of the age thing. You know,
I got to put up with it. I'm asking serious questions.
He wants to know how many people are in the division. Well, for the Worlds coming up in Vegas so far, 6.
And what would it be in blue belt?
Oh, in blue belt, there'll probably be more.
Oh, it's gonna be a ton.
Yeah,
it'll be tons.
See, if you were sandbagging.
So, I'm a perma purple, so that's all that matters.
I see. All right. Well, let's dive into the card. And my prediction for your number of cares is 2, maybe 3.
Good.
Okay. All right. So
3, and let me get my total sheet ready.
Yes. So.
Okay, that's the number to shoot for. And okay, let's go.
Now you don't have to just do what I tell you. You need to think for yourself, son. I've told you this before. You're always just repeating what I say. Think, Eugene.
No, I'm dealing with being harassed by Brazilians.
I'd say, are they
surrounded by them and being harassed by them? Huh?
Are they getting handsy?
Nah, they're using all this special supplementation from Brazil that I can't read. Suplemento de cafeína para atleta.
Huh. I wouldn't take
Yeah,
any of that if you're
yeah,
taking a drug test at work. That's that would be
yeah. It's like kangaroo meat. And here's some other stuff I can't read the label on.
all right.
Let me tell you, do not get your supplements from Rio, please.
No, and especially if they're supposed to be dick pills. So first up, 2 fights on Fight Pass, starting with women's bantamweight Leslie Smith and Amanda Lemos.
Almost because of Leslie Smith, but not enough to care.
Yeah, there was a time when I cared about Leslie Smith, but that was before she fought her way down to the first card on Fight Pass.
Yep.
But she's, yeah, I mean, she's not hopeless. She's just journeywoman, whatever. But yeah, so I don't care either. Now we've got bantamweight Brett Johns versus Albert Morales.
I don't care.
No give fuck. Yes, no fuck care. All right, so now we're on Fox Sports 1, the 4-fight preliminary card. Again, this is all happening Sunday morning, American time. Lightweight Danny Henry versus Daniel Tymur.
Tymur he's probably Brazilian. I still don't care.
No. All right. Welterweight Charlie Ward versus Galore Bofando. Now that is a hell of a name. I don't know if it's.
That's a great name. That's a great name. But I don't care.
I don't either. But we'll be watching. So
Charlie Ward gets a glimmer, but fuck you, fuck. I will be watching. I'm only watching these don't cares if somebody texts me and goes, "Oh my God, usually you're missing it," and then I'll tune in.
I see the grumbly, crusty old man. All right, so flyweight Alexandre Pantoja versus Neil Seery.
Ooh, this is good. Lying on your back in the church, staring at the ceiling, and it hurts. Sorry, Neil. Sorry, man. Damn it. That's rough, Jack. I'm sorry, but I don't fuck care. That's what it's come to for you.
Yep. See, I mean, yeah.
Oh, come on. Go ahead.
I missed Seery here when I was making my predictions because I would have actually predicted that you might have cared about this one because we have cared about Seery in the past.
Yeah, in the past, you know.
Yeah,
in the past.
I mean, but he's
in the past. I used to wear a bib.
Yeah, he's not. But this Pantoja kid, he's he came in with a head of steam to the UFC, but then he got a split decision in his debut. So yeah, I don't fuck care either. All right, now we've got welterweight Danny Roberts versus Bobby Nash.
Nah, I don't care.
No, me neither.
You
Sorry,
see,
guys.
I paused for Nash, but
that's just because of our colleague John Nash.
Who more than ably filled in for you last week when you were gallivanting, doing rich guy stuff on your yacht at your mansion or wherever you were, you know.
There were complaints from the fans that I was missed, so that's what I've got to go with the hard data, the aggregate, the scientific.
Oh my God! So, somebody's calling bullshit on your show, on your comment last night.
Which one?
He goes, he says very specifically, he goes, not calling on bullshit on Nate's show analysis, but it should be noted that the Big Brown Breakdown and the Fighter and the Kid are very popular podcasts.
I said nothing against. I acknowledge that.
Today, the Fighter and the Kid is in the top 200. Showtime wants the cash his fans can spend on pay-per-view.
I acknowledge that his podcast was good, but his partner carries him, and he's a terrible analyst. So that's all I was saying. So we're all right, Eugene. That's the thing. We're both right.
Yep.
All right. So now we move on to the main card, heavyweight James Mulheron versus Justin Willis.
Oh, care, baby.
Because
Justin Willis is Jay Will is a known associate and a friend of Knuckle Up. He was the prospect, the AKA prospect that we used to train here, who I said huge things about last time, and then he didn't make weight, so he got yanked or he got injured or some such thing. So this is his official UFC debut. Justin Willis, Jay Will, big black cat. Leo, you remember? Yeah, big tough guy. He would go to parties when he was in college and pick fights with the biggest football players he could because they would go, "Hey, fatso," because he looks like little. Big guy, really fucking tough. So yeah, I care, and I'm gonna pick him.
I see. Well, I missed that one, and yes, this is his debut. or UFC World Series of Fighting veteran. So
yeah, he used to train with us, and then he wised the fuck up, and he's been training at AKA ever since. So.
Well, I will note that, but I'm not going to give it a care just on your word, Eugene. You're one of these MMA hipsters always trying to tell me to pay attention to guys that haven't penetrated my consciousness. And again, the purpose of the show is to simulate casual fan apathy by doing no research. So that's how we do it. That's the secret sauce, no preparation. So light heavyweight, Khalil Rountree versus Paul Craig.
I don't care.
You don't care. You know, I do care. I like Rountree. But he did reel off.
Richard Rountree got himself a fly deal. A black man with bell bottoms and high heels.
Sorry. Yes. Yes.
I'm channeling Slick Rick. I'm sorry.
You're one of the greats. One of the few. That's when I was listening to rap. Was the Slick Rick era? No.
Lottie Dottie. We like to party. You don't. Oh, okay, good for you.
I don't care. I considered caring, but then I cheated.
Yeah. It felt like you were fucking leaning toward caring, but you made the right choice.
Yeah. And so now middleweight, Jack Marshman versus Ryan James. Marshman sounds like it could be like the name of the Swamp Thing's alter ego or something, you know. But I don't care.
Yeah.
Any cares?
No.
No. This is where we're at. We're just racing through a whole show, a whole fight card of no fuck care. All right. Now we've got lightweight, Stevie Ray, don't call him Vaughn. Stevie Ray, just the Ray, versus one time don't care, then serial don't care, Paul Felder.
Oh, no, I still care about Paul Felder.
I see. Just because he's one of the few names you can remember that you actually didn't care and then cared.
I still like him.
Let's see. Well, you know, he's been kind of gickedy.
He got himself a raw deal.
A raw deal, huh?
Wish me luck, Shamus. I got a raw deal.
Your kind always does.
No, I still care about Felder, but you know what? You judge a man by his opponents. I can barely muster a care for this, but I want to put Paul Felder down because he was one of my first few DC to C's.
I see, DC to C's, and it's not some kind of
weird Craigslist. Are you going to? Are you going to pick counter to me?
I care, and I'm picking Stevie Ray. I actually don't care about Felder anymore, but I do care about Stevie Ray. And
okay, so we got some action there.
Yeah, we got some action. Yeah, don't think I'm ducking it. Don't think I'm ducking it, Eugene.
Okay, you're not ducking it. I got it.
If we weren't at different weight belt levels and weight classes and different age categories, I would totally be challenging you in Vegas. But unfortunately, you know, that would be unethical. So
you froze.
I froze. Can you? I was just totally dissing you too. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now, but you froze. What happened?
I see. I was just pointing out that if it were not for the differences in our belt levels, ages, and size, I would totally be challenging you in Vegas at the Worlds. So consider yourself lucky, Eugene.
Hey, but you know what? I'm an old man. You know.
Yeah, I mean, I'd gladly give away the 7 years. It's the 60 pounds that and the decades of training.
I'm old and slow, and I'm not very good.
My kid pointed out that I was not just the worst at grappling in my jiu-jitsu class, I was the worst at calisthenics. He said I was the worst at everything. So
yeah, that's pretty good. Your kid's pretty supportive.
And the
sweatiest.
Like
he's been hanging out with Sorrel.
Yeah, and the sweatiest. He said nobody wants to train with you because you're so sweaty. So there you go.
Kid's got some lip on him.
He does.
You can wrestle him to the floor.
You better believe I schooled him. Of course, he's about to get his gray belt, so you know he's edging ahead of me technically. But
you need to keep up.
Yeah. All right, so
we're doing really badly here.
Yes, this is just a shit show. I mean, who's gonna waste their Sunday?
Wait a minute. Can we count as a care a fight if it's one-sided? Like, can I count Justin Willis if you have no counter pick? So the only legitimate care that we have right now.
It doesn't count against.
No. Does it count in terms of our total cares? Right.
Well, yeah, it counts for a care. If one of us cares, that's a care.
Okay. All right. Good enough.
Yeah. The lights will be on. The TV will be on. Right. Now we're all the way to the co-main event. Women's strawweight, Joanne Calderwood versus Cynthia Calvillo.
Sorry, don't care.
You don't care about Calderwood?
You know, I have cared about Calderwood in the past, but that's not enough, man. You know,
Yeah.
if we're talking about the ass in the seat, MO, it's not enough. It's not enough to get my ass in the seat.
Yeah, but yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
Calvillo is actually the one that I am more intrigued with. But no, I don't care. I'm not going to pretend. I'm not going to lie. That's my vow to you, to our loyal viewers, Eugene.
We are the last truly free voices in America. At least I am.
Well, speak for yourself, because I'm deeply compromised. But
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
And now we come to the main event. Have you noticed a trend lately that the UFC has gone completely the way of boxing, where the only fights worth giving a fuck about after the fact on the last few cards have been the main event?
You know, several weeks ago, somebody on Knuckle Up, Eugene Robinson, made the claim that Dana, the bald one, had too closely followed the playbook. Remember when they used to have fighters come in on the gangplanks, and they got rid of that under boxing advisement, so they came in on the floor for whatever reason. And he's followed the Don King playbook of, you know, the primacy of the promoter over the fighters who come and go, and now this.
And now
I mean, what you're seeing pretty much is the bald one unbridled, right?
Unbridled bald one.
Yeah, without the leveling influence of a Fertitta, even though we all know the Fertittas are still there in the mix, it's just a different type of deal, you know.
Yeah,
it's the bald one show, and a lot of times you can see there's reasons why the second banana is not the top banana. You know, yes, it's a 4.2 or 3.7 billion. It's a free-floating number that we keep seeing about the purchase of the UFC. We see it flying around, but you know, yes, he created it, but it not without that team, not without the team. We can see now. You know, I'm gonna throw my champions. I'm gonna strip. I'm gonna throw. I'm gonna let them run off. I mean. This has been a really bad year for fucking fighter relations, man. And you can't tell me that has nothing to do with... Is
that whole second banana thing why you've never done a solo album?
I have done several solo albums.
Come on.
I don't play music. I don't play music.
Side projects. You don't do solo albums. It's always you and Chuck Dukowski.
Oxbow Stir is my solo album, and then I realized after I laid down some drum tracks and some bass tracks that I was woefully deficient in the music department.
I see. You were trying to do the Prince thing and play every instrument?
That was my plan, yeah.
Eugene little Stevie Wonder over there?
Yeah. Well, you know, this is a bone of contention, because Nico maintains that we started the group together. I was like, man, if I don't call you, Oxbow doesn't have you in it. You didn't call me, I called you, and I started recording before you even fucking showed up. So don't give me that shit about co-founded, you know.
I see. You're not having it. You're like the Brian Jones of Oxbow.
Yeah, he keeps changing the Wikipedia page, and I keep changing it back. And then finally, I was like, you know what, man? Whatever. The truth will be told. That's why I printed it up in the Thin Black Book.
I see, and which I've got right somewhere. Yeah, I've got it here somewhere.
Yeah, sure.
I do. I got it in the mail, and don't know where I put it. Anyway, okay.
I know you got it, because I mailed it to you.
Yes, you did. And I was going to complain about the packaging, but it didn't get scuffed or anything. So I didn't have a case.
This has been a lot of trial and error and newspapers work.
Yeah, but see, I'm going to get to it right after I finish this classic. This is a book by a guy who wrote the Rolling Stones fanzine for several years and got to hang out with Keith a couple times. He wrote a whole book, and I read it. It was a real low point, personal low point for me. Yeah. All right, so welterweight. Main event, Gunnar Nelson versus Santiago Ponzinibbio.
Oh, man.
I mean, you know you care. Come on, just admit it.
Yeah, okay. I care.
You care.
What's Ponzinibbio's record right now?
What is his record? He's hot, man. Cat is hot. He is 24-3 with a 4-fight win streak.
Hold on. Ponzinibbio. Okay, he says he's from Argentina. Fuck that.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. You're not going to get a fair analysis
from a Brazilian.
Yes, you've got. Yeah. Speaking of which, you've got a Brazilian cootie on your shoulder there. He's showing his tits.
He's showing his titties. Yeah, that's. I got to put up.
Yeah,
He just went to Vegas to the Worlds, and then he lost. You know,
I see, and he's still hurting from that.
He came in second, and then he went to the dude pool at the casino.
I see. So you were taking it easy on him because he lost. This is.
Well, he fucked up his ankle too. Step over that, please. He fucked up. Well, you know, these guys all get their comeuppance when they decide to go in the open and realize that rolling against a guy who's 285 pounds is not all it's cracked up to be.
I see. You know, I've never once thought it would be, you know, anything but painful. So, and Gunnar Nelson.
So so you were right. I'm just trying to avoid giving you some sort of pleasure of rectitude, which is different from pleasure of rectum. Because it would put me at 3 cares if I care about this fight. But you're right. I care about Gunnar Nelson and Gunnar and Ponzinibbio. I think I probably pick Gunnar, man.
You're picking Gunnar?
Yeah, I think so.
See, I don't feel guilty at all about taking your money, Eugene. I'm, you know, there's some that say he's getting senile, he's losing his edge, Nate. You're taking advantage. Yes, I'm taking advantage, Eugene. You're out of Dutch. You're out of date. You're buying this.
You know what's so funny? Nash, in your stead as your proxy, he picked Michael Johnson to win,
and so now you're giving me shit over Nash's picks. Come on, I knew that was obvious that Justin Gaethje was going to win. That was everybody had that.
Yeah,
everybody had that one. So, but Gunnar Nelson, man, I mean that hype is so stale. That is 3-year-old hype. That is like a fart in an elevator and long since dissipated.
So I don't, you know, I hear a lot of chatter. I don't hear a lot of picking.
I'm picking Ponzinibbio by second round TKO. How about that? Huh?
Okay. Second round TKO. All right.
Second round TKO, or I'm wrong. Even if he wins, and if it's not a second round TKO, then you win.
You got it. Rights. You got it, man. You dug yourself deep.
Dug myself deep. I'm just trying to make things interesting because this card is just like. Yeah. I do like Gunnar Nelson. He's fun with the karate and everything. You're a karate guy. That's why you're picking him, right?
With the chop sake.
The chop sake.
What is that book? There's some book that my Neil Abramson, maybe. There's some book where my drummer was reading it on tour, and it's about Japanese or American soldiers pre the war with Japan, and they're in. Meeting up with Japanese soldiers in Japan, and he's a wrestler, and he keeps getting into fights with these guys, and then he runs into this big judoka, Japanese
this is in
judoka.
The 30s?
Huh?
This is in the 30s?
No, it's like in the 30s, before, you know, the bombing of Pearl Harbor. And then he keeps talking about the guy. Oh, you're using that chop sake on me. And so the guy fucks him up, and he keeps following him from bar to bar, trying to get the edge, and then eventually ends up training with him. You know, I mean, there was a time, you know, when these were the mysterious Eastern arts, right? When if you want to do a martial art in America, you wrestled or you boxed, and that was it. All this stuff was foreign to us.
Wrestling, boxing, catch wrestling. So, you know.
Yeah, that's wrestling.
Which is actually a pretty comprehensive skill set, you know? Like.
Yeah, I know America's always felt really super insecure about our homegrown activities,
it's just, you know, it's white guilt, as they keep accusing me of, Eugene. It's white guilt.
Yeah, nobody thought the Irish were white when they came over, man.
I still don't. I mean, you know, I just don't think
Italians
white. And it's no shame in not being white, because I don't even consider myself white. I'm Scots-Irish. But, I mean, I do consider the Scots-Irish above the Irish, but white is not a qualitative category for me. But, you know,
correct.
I do have to get
that's why I have to remind Sorrel with great frequency that he's not white. He's very confused about this.
Yes, South Americans frequently get mixed up. Arabs also, you know, the old racist census things considered Arabs white. But I think if we had a do-over on that, what would Donald Trump say, huh?
Right.
So
yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. All right. So I mean, that's all we got. We padded it out with random chatter. Talked about Oxbow. I mean, anything else? You know what we haven't talked about, Eugene? So people are gonna want their money back.
Go ahead.
Eugene. Time's a wasting.
No, I mentioned it earlier, man.
When?
I don't know. I just made that up. You're talking about the Nazis. Yeah.
There we go. Squeaking it in.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, no, I got nothing on the Nazis. So identifying I got nothing. I mean, people think it's just a random Nazi mention. It's not random. It's usually that it's impossible to have a single conversation in which there's not a touchstone to the greatest corporate evil that the 20th century has seen. So
Saw. You don't even have to use has seen anymore. But yeah, fair enough, fair enough. But you did get in Imperial Japan, so
I did. There's a count though. Everybody knows that.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna try to sell you that. But you know, today's an exciting day because I go to the hairdresser.
Getting it.
And
it's
some guys
looking a little
trying
nappy, Eugene. It's looking a little.
Yeah, some guys trying to get all macho on me. Go, don't you mean barber? I go, you go to a barber, my friend. I go to a hairdresser.
I see. Very fancy. Do you have to get it conked? Is there conking involved?
I don't know about that. I don't know.
Do they put a plastic bag on your head with chemicals?
Yeah, I know what you mean. They don't put a plastic bag on my head.
They don't do that? Huh. So the chemicals are just poisoning the whole
no, they're olive oil based or organic chemicals.
Organic chemicals. I see. Like arsenic, one of those favorite healthy organic chemicals. Well, that's our show. So we had 3 cares. I'm picking Ponzinibbio because I'm smart. By second round TKO.
I'm smart. I can do things.
Fredo. Good luck. Good luck with that, Fredo.
How do you think that made me feel, Michael? I'm your older brother. You ever think of that? Sorry.
There you go. One of the great
This is the fucking threadbare show, man.
It is. Did you hear Quentin Tarantino's doing a Manson family movie?
Yeah, you know, I wrote my first novel was called The Friend Catcher, a title stolen from a birthday party song, and it was marginally about the Manson family. So I'm going to be watching this movie closely.
What's your favorite Manson family book? I mean, besides your own, of course.
I don't really have a favorite one.
You don't have a favorite?
You can't believe. No, the damn Manson thing. It's turned on me about 20 years ago when I got into a big fight with the family. They tried to threaten me and get tough with me. And I was like,
it's all nepotism with you, Eugene, isn't it? They're always a personal angle.
Cronyism.
Crony capitalist right here.
No, fuck. I mean, those guys have done nothing of any sort of significance at all, man. I mean, even that thing, the scattershot killing of how many people? It's like, come on. A movie, but I will be watching the movie to see if any of my lines got lifted, because how many degrees of separation between me and Tarantino? A 1.
A 1? Is that Samuel L. Jackson?
Well, I didn't even think of that one. I was thinking about Roger Avery, his co-writer on Pulp Fiction. Roger Avery's cousin used to date Nico, the guitar player for Oxbow. So that's 2 degrees.
3 degrees, dude.
That's 3 degrees. Yeah, that's not that very close. So.
No, but Samuel L. Jackson is 2 degrees.
Yeah, but I didn't give Samuel Jackson my manuscript, so I may have given it to Nico's girlfriend.
All right. So
I may have given it to him.
Giving it, charming. All right, that's our show. So Zane and the gang will have the MMA vivisection tomorrow. Yeah. And there'll be a 6th round after the fights. Of course, Eugene will have well, actually, we'll have to work it out. I think we'll probably let you do the knuckle up instead in lieu of a 6th round.
That's not going to happen.
You're not doing knuckle up this week?
I don't. I think it'll be literally impossible for me to do.
Okay. All right.
Because we're playing at 11 o'clock on Sunday. Then I immediately.
Are you playing on Sunday? I thought you were playing on Saturday.
We're playing Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and I'm immediately flying to the airport to get back to work at 10 o'clock in the morning.
I see. So this is the kind of excuses your fans have to endure in lieu of a knuckle up. But we'll have a 6th round then. Good. Yep. I'm glad you warned me. And then the week after that, your boy Chris Weidman versus Calvin Gastelum. Yep. It's finally. Yep.
That'll be exciting. I'll be in New York then. I'll be in New York then, but then I will do the show anyway. So.
Uniondale, New York is where the fight's going to happen. Do you know Uniondale?
Yeah, I do. Yeah. I just started thinking about Blondie. That is why I started laughing. I love that song, Union City Blues.
I see. Well, good to know. So follow us on Twitter at KidNate, at Eugene S. Robinson. Read Eugene at Aussie.com. Buy his book. Wait, with the album. The Thin Black Dude. Thin Black Dude. God damn it. I wasn't saying I was stuttering on the TH. The thin. Like
stuttering,
this.
muttering, prick you.
And he's trying to do a thumbs up.
I just rewatched Goodfellas again. That was interesting.
Yeah, that's my comfort food. When I'm down, I watch Goodfellas and Casino. It's
yeah.
But I branched out into Murder Incorporated documentaries. So the biography channel has some good ones that are on YouTube. So yeah. Anyway, all right, and subscribe to MMANation.com on YouTube. Subscribe to MMA Nation on iTunes. Get the audio without the ugly. Read me at BloodyElbow.com, and we'll see you next time. Safe travels, Eugene.
All right, man. Later. Bye.